And we are a community here today the same way they are in Minnesota. And I feel like what they're doing is what we're doing. And we're only going to be able to get any done if we don't do it together and defy these motherfuckers.
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I'm against the violence. So if you protest in peace. And we need to unify in these times.
We don't get it! Shut it down!
We have to step up. We have to be there for our community. And we are here. We're here. We're not going to go anywhere until this is over, whatever that looks like. We're going to be part of the resistance because we need to be the one to step up to care for our community.
To President Trump and the base that is attacking our community, we understand that you are here to divide us, to create fear amongst us, and to selectively target the blackest immigrant and Muslim community in this great state. President Trump has had a history of targeting black people long before he ever ran for any office. And we know that the identity of who we are is part of the attack, and also as being Muslims and being immigrants. In fact, we know in our community we have some of the smallest number of undocumented Somali Americans. Majority of us are US citizens, even a majority of even that born in the United States. What we see today that's happening in Minneapolis is the authoritarian nature of this government and acting as a third world nation by targeting lawful US citizens. We should be ashamed of that. This is a moment for all of us. And in this moment, we ask for everyone to show their humanity and to show love in the face of hate. And I know this moment will pass, but history will remind us of what we did in this moment.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe for me. I will really appreciate if you do so. So today I want us to have a honest conversation because I have seen people keep asking why some communities aren't uniting over ICE raids in Minnesota, but maybe the real question is, why should unity be automatic? And this is a question that we should ask ourselves. But before we jump to conclusions or comment too quickly, let's pause for a sec. Let's take a look of some of the reactions online and what actually been happening on the ground, because context matters. Once we see the full picture, we can have a real conversation about why unity is being brought up right now and why some people feel it's needed more than ever. So let's get into it.
Welcome here!
Say it loud and say it clear!
Say it loud and say it clear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Hi, my name is Miller, and I'm here today to support the Chicano and the Mexican, all immigrant communities, Haitian, my people, even white people. It's time for unity and love. It's not time for division or conquer or none of that. And until we learn that, we're going to be out here in these streets marching. Long live Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues.
We have some pretty major news right now. We are seeing Minneapolis and Minnesota residents come together like never before. The Trump administration, through the use of ICE, CBP, and other federal agents, really tried to break the will of the people of Minnesota, and it really hasn't worked. In fact, we've seen quite the opposite. Families are coming together, volunteers are taken to the streets to inform others when there is an ICE action taking place. The community is rallying together in a way that I don't think was even possible. Minnesota and Minneapolis, they're coming out full strength. And when a January 6th rioter took to the streets to become an agitator, the community banded together and told him in a peaceful way that essentially that he doesn't belong there. The community really has stood together significantly. And I think that's a real tell and a real kind of example for this administration. If they want to go after other communities across the country, what happened in Minneapolis is going to happen elsewhere. As always, spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
I woke up this morning to just post after post of vigils that happened all across New Jersey and people that came together in kindness and love and unity, and also pictures of people's own personal flags that have staff, and also lots of really nasty comments because I shared where people could go to connect and attend these events. But I'm not even responding to them anymore because in a solutions-based thought process, the solution is already happening. People are already coming together and spreading kindness and awareness and love and unifying. And it's not all a religious thing. I'm not super religious. It's a community thing. And that's what we need, is communities to come together and want their communities to be better. And the only way you can do that is to have conversations. So to continue to spit insults or threats or disgust isn't going to get there. And to keep talking about what's happening and letting people connect, that's what will get there.
It's happening. What's going on in Minnesota is powerful, it's meaningful, and it's effective. And no, I am not talking about the ICE raids. Quite the opposite. I am talking about the massive demonstrations that are happening in Minneapolis right now. These that you see behind me, they're people. They're out in mass. They are covering entire city blocks, hundreds of thousands of them, and most importantly, they're pissed. This video should give you an idea for how massive this demonstration is. Hundreds of thousands of people, and this is just one city. And they're not just walking, they're acting. Thousands of stores are shutting down in Minnesota saying, we're not going to fund this. Thousands of students are walking out of their class saying, we're not going to be part of this. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the template for how citizens come together and say, enough is enough, and they start to push peacefully but meaningfully against government overreach. And I'm going to be a little crude here, but I think it's the most significant way that I can say it. Each one of these dots here represents a person connected to a hand, reaching up to the government, grabbing its balls, and say, do it again, and I'll start squeezing. I think today we can all be proud of.
The power of coming together is immense, uniting hearts and minds towards a common goal. It is in our unity that we find strength, each individual thread weaving a tapestry of collective resilience. When we come together, barriers are broken, walls of division crumble, and bridges of understanding are built. In our togetherness, we discover the beauty of cooperation, where every voice is heard and every hand plays a part. Together, we create a symphony of compassion and empathy, resonating with the harmony of unity and collaboration. Through the power of coming together, we illuminate the world with the light of solidarity and the strength of community. As we stand side by side, hand in hand, our hearts beat as one, echoing the rhythm of unity and the melody of connection. The power of coming together transcends boundaries, creating a bond that unites us in the journey of life's shared experiences. In unity, we find the courage to face challenges, the compassion to support one another, and the joy of celebrating victories as a collective.
Here's the reality. Somali communities are scared, yes. Homes are being raided. Families are holding their passport just to prove they belong here. And yes, some Black Americans are studying with them, marching, protesting, and speaking out. Solidarity doesn't exist. But many others, they're hesitant. Not because they don't care or they don't care, but because their battles have looked different for generations. You know, policing, systematic racism, economic inequality, those struggles have been right at your doorstep for decades. And when something new pops, it's not automatically their fight. And I really understand that many won't fight this battle for Somalis because they have been fighting their battles all alone. Some people online have said, why are they showing up? But that's not the whole story. Unity isn't about skin color. It's about shared experience, shared risk, and shared purpose. And let's be real, not everyone sees that connection yet. And it's something funny. What's the takeaway? Unity is a choice, not a given. And building it takes effort, honesty, and respect for differences. Pretending unity exists when it doesn't, that just makes the divide worse. So what are we supposed to do? So I want to ask you, what one thing would you do to actually build real unity in your community? Drop in the comments, let's talk about it. Because unity isn't automatic, it's a choice. And people don't just unite because they are taught to. They unite when they feel seen, understood, and included. Some communities feel this fight isn't theirs, and others don't. That's the uncomfortable truth. But maybe instead of demanding solidarity, the real question is, how do we build it? How do we create conversation that makes people feel connected instead of divided? That's a big question. These are not easy discussions, but they are necessary. So I want to hear from you. Should unity be automatic or should it be earned through understanding? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it. Finally, special appreciation to the original creators whose clips were used in this video. All credit goes to them for their powerful voice and perspectives. This content is shared for commentary and discussion purpose only. Please support and follow the original creators. And thank you for watching and keeping the conversation respectful. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next discussion. See you in the next one.